Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So honey, Kiuwai has made her daytime appearance on the show of Love Marriage Huntsville. And I want to start this video with the rewind the show did back to their reunion, where Kiuwai says that it's true that Maurice and Kimmie were dating, or either they were messing around before her divorce was finalized from Maurice. So back in 2019, Maurice and Martell's brother Mark Scott did a live with Kiuwai, and I'm going to show that video in just a moment. But they addressed the rumors if Kimmie was a homewrecker. Now, Kimmie says in the last episode of Love Marriage Huntsville that that's not true, that Kiuwai accused her of dating Maurice before they were divorced and also interfering in their marriage. All which Kimmie and Maurice have both denied. So Kimmie says that no one had her back during that time when Kiuwai was coming up with that story. And in particular, she points out Latisha. And I guess with Kimmie being married to a brother, Latisha being married to a brother, that maybe she thought that Latisha would understand or would have her back a little bit more than what she has. But we also see from the show that Latisha wants Kimmie to have her back when it came to the whole mess between Melody and Latisha. But we have to look at it like this, you know, Kiuwai was Latisha's sister-in-law before Kimmie. And so I'm not sure how long Maurice and Kiuwai were married, but I'm sure at the end of the day that Latisha had some type of, you know, relationship, friendship, sisterhoodship with Kiuwai. And so for Latisha to have Kimmie's back 100% and drop whatever kind of relationship she had with Kiuwai, because now Kimmie is Maurice's new wife, it's not really how that is all supposed to go. Just because you get a divorce, it doesn't necessarily that you get a divorce from the family. And in this video that I'm about to show you, that's how it is. Just because Kiuwai and Maurice got a divorce, it doesn't mean that Kiuwai still isn't cool with some members of the family. And so in going back to the show from Saturday night, you know, it's weird that Kimmie says that this is her first time seeing and talking to Kiuwai since the reunion, being that she is a stepmom to Monster. And it's also kind of suspect to be that maybe Kimmie only tries to have a relationship with Kiuwai when the cameras are there. But you know, this is reality TV. We outside looking in, but this is just what we observe from what we see and what they say. So I am about to play this old video, but before I do, you know, I believe Kiuwai and Mark Scott. I believe the story that Kiuwai and Mark Scott are saying. I believe Kimmie and Maurice had something going on, even if it was a really close friendship. They had something going on before the divorce was finalized. So y'all take a listen to this old video. It's an oldie but a goodie. Leave your thoughts. I appreciate you guys for watching the video, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.
I think for me, the craziest rumor would be I guess it's going to be one of two things. Of course, obviously, that I interfered in Maurice's marriage in some way, which I absolutely did not.
Make it make sense.
I don't know if Kimmie was in the position before the divorce was final, but I know Kimmie had knowledge of the relationship before the divorce was final.
No, we gon' you know.
Well, I know.
You
That's what
know.
I'm saying. I know she knew Maurice when he came down to the city. Hold on.
You know.
I'm being forthright. Kimmie knew about you before the divorce, and Kimmie was dating, seeing, hanging out with Maurice. I didn't never see him screwing. I just know they went on a couple days. I met Kimmie. Honestly, the thought in my head when I met Kimmie was like, damn, I picked too fast, because I got married like a couple months in. So I got married. She came to the door, and I'm like, damn it.
You was ready, huh?
Well, I tried to put one of another guy in touch with Kimmie, but she wasn't his type. So, you know, finding out later. So Maurice was getting with Kimmie.
His type.
He wasn't Kimmie's type.
Okay, all right, got you.
And so Kimmie was kicking it with Maurice as I was getting a divorce. So the little secret rendezvous that was happening was going on in the midst of me being out the house. What? No, Sadark. So the truth is this.
Don't say too much. Don't say too much.
Fuck that. Sadark and Marceau, Sadark, Maurice, and Marceau are not they're hangout, talk shit kind of guys, but they not hang out, let's see what we can do. I mean, the ring kind of means something to them. I mean, I ain't gonna say they don't go to strip clubs or do, hang out late or do, they not deacons and shit, but them is, they not let me go ahead and get a relationship or carry on an affair, because them niggas got shit to lose. I mean, they got. Yeah. Maurice, even though he may act a fool or whatever, at the end of the day, he has a good level head. So the drama is not the drama. A part of it is, as guys, he's not trying to be messy, telling Kimmie everything. He's trying to wrap his head around it because Maurice is really disconnected. He's the definition of a man's man. He do what men do. I go to work, I take out the trash. If something at the house needs to be fixed, I either fix it or find somebody. But he's not the let me sit down, sensitive, be how your feelings, let me, do shit like that. He's not that kind of a man. He's never been that kind of a man. Maurice and Marceau get on the plane and that's their thing. So at the end of the day, when Maurice is consulting Kimmie, he's giving her based in this kind of legalistic world. I'm going to give her all the information. She's going to give me the right information, and I'm going to go use that information, not knowing that if you say something, whether it be disrespectful or not disrespectful, the tone in which it comes back in, Kimmie's going to process it based on the information Maurice gives. Now, the only one part, if you had to give an apology, if I was to say you would give an apology, if somebody says you hurt my feelings when you call me sleaze, a trick, or whatever, because I dress provocative, then that would be the only time. That would be my gift. My gift would be like, whether I intended to hurt your feelings, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I did, my bad. Other than that, I think that some of the things that you were saying are very fair. I don't know you, so I don't know what kind of mom you're going to be around my son. I do know Maurice, so I do know that if you are with Maurice, you might be the only one around my son. So that behind that communication, we need to just definitely have before.
You know what?
I'm just saying, if you look at the first show, I don't know whether it's true or not. It was like, how am I find out a week before your wedding you get married? Well, you had 7 years to or when Monster said that they was going to Miami. On the show, you were like, you what? Somebody, we're getting married? And so if that was the case, you had 7 years to clean up the mess. You had 7 years to get me down there. You had 7 years to get me to introduce us. You had 7 years to tell me about your plan on Maurice coming. You had a lot of time. 7 years dating, and this is our first sit down. Whether it's for the show or not for the show is fucking immature as a parent. It's immature as a man.
But that's the thing, though, Mark. That's what I be like. That's what I'm telling like people when I was 4. Said, well, how you go 7 years and I know where your child? Because every time I called and I inquired about my child was always with Tisha or with Millie. I ain't never heard my child was left with her because of how the shit happened. So he wasn't about to tell me that.
Well, it's two things too. It's two things. And I will say this. I think as a man, most men don't process that shit. Most men don't process, let me keep the baby's around until it's sure. That's number one. Most men don't do that. The second thing is, I think, a little bit of fear. I'm gonna call it a little bit of fear. If I have to introduce this, it may not go the way I want, so I'm not gonna say nothing. So I'll call it a little live in by deception. He made it possible by deception. That's all I'm saying. And
right, but should I be blamed for that?
I don't think it's necessarily I don't think some things are a blame thing. I think,
but that's what they do, though.
Right,
this is all we at the point where we all about the show now, because now our life ain't our life. We gotta live for these people. So why am I being blamed for that?
Now, see, and now here's the thing. I think that is a spinoff to keep drama. I don't think that is Maurice to keep drama. I think that is whoever, I don't know who the authorities are, but I think whoever produces or help produces or edits the show said, let's get a sensitive spot where we can get, if you get a sensitive spot where they can play into it. Because if you think about it, this Maurice is just, he's a newlywed. He's got a decent, successful business. He don't have no drama other than it come down to, where's your son? If you such a good dad, how come your son ain't living with you? If you such a good dad, what's the relationship with your baby's mama? I mean, because the truth is, Maurice has never called you a baby mama. Maurice has never outright.
Well, who the hell does? Nobody, but these retarded ass people that don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So this whole scenario is being edited in behalf so that, one, you look like the person you're not, and two, he looks like he's somebody he's not as well. Both sides.
Got it.
And so, I mean, I think this is the thing. If somebody asks you to apologize for something that you have no knowledge of you doing, then why would you apologize? If I'm so the truth is this. So I think what it is, it's a mix of all these emotions, all these things being done so that it seems like it, or it's built up to more than it should be.
Yeah, of course. Because I am their storyline, but at the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying.
And then, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not mad, because guess what? We be trending. When your girl come through, they trend.